into youth-led enterprise, agriculture driven by youth, technology driven by youth, creativity, and smart manufacturing. What a beautiful country Nigeria would be. We hope that at the end of this interaction, we would have kick-started transforming this theory into a movement. When Nigerian youths are financially independent, they don't wait for handouts, they create opportunities. They don't carry placards for rent, they carry visions that build nations. They don't worship power or those in authority. They hold those in authority accountable. Why? Because they are financially free and don't depend on handouts. Imagine a new Nigeria where the youths are producers and not just prime political puppets, where they sit at the table of policy making and policy formulation for the country, not on the fringe of broken promises made on podiums of political rallies and manifestos that don't actually manifest when power is given, like what we see. It's a pity. This is not a dream. This is our goal, and it begins now. So please, if you don't get anything, I would like all of us to remember this. A hungry youth will ask leadership for money, for food, for transportation, for rent, other necessities. But a youth who is economically empowered will ask the right questions and will demand for the right answers. Let's start making this possible today. Thank you very much.
Please continue to down. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Please, a round of applause for him. God bless you, sir. I like the way we are all speaking correct English and acting as sense. I saw when they introduced the head of Obedience Movement, Alhaji Yanusu Tanko, and he just waved his hands. Please, don't be deceived. We are all comrades here. We are just pretending to, be civil, although the situation of Nigeria does not permit us to be so, but don't take this pretense too far. A round of applause. We have some Jagabans in the building, not in the negative lights, in the positive lights. A round of applause for us all, please. We'd like to call on stage Mr. Ken Eloma Asoba, who is representing the Labour Party Acting National Chairman, Senator Nenadi Usman. Please come on stage, sir. A round of applause for him as he comes on stage. Please jam those hands, jam those hands. Thank you so much. Once again, we would like to acknowledge the presence of Alhaji Ibrahim Abdul Karim, DG of the Big Ten. Thank you so much for coming, sir. A round of applause for him. And the Directorate of Media, Madam Nana Kozari, we thank you so much. We are aware you are in the building. Please, a wave for us. A round of applause for her, please. At this junction, not to be too serious, we want to welcome Mr. Odi, the comedian, to entertain us a bit while we unveil our guests, our real guest of honor. A round of applause for him as he comes on stage. Oh.
Thank you. Can we give her a round of applause? My sister, you someone could not speak Pidgin English. The only way we can pass message is to use Pidgin English. If you don't understand, that is our language. Even the activists, we sit down here, where she talk, she don't very go say, what tune are they talk about? So help me put things together for her. And also help me clap for the Reverend Father. I appreciate you, sir. Sir, you're not the first to use an iPad to conduct the mass. The Bible recorded that Moses went to the mountain. He came down with 2 tablets. They did not tell us if it's Samsung or Techno. And you know, say, Reverend Father, where they pray for madman, they close the eye. Because after deliverance, anything can happen. And when prayer don't too long, they turn to complain. Jesus Christ fed 5,000 people with 5 loaves of bread with 2 fishes. That means Jesus Christ was the first to serve small chops. Am I talking? Or shall I proceed? Am I talking? Or shall I proceed? My name is Mr. Ode the Uncommon, intellectual, mobile, fine boy comedian. My late grandfather was a town crier. My father was a teacher. I talk for a living, and my father is also a teacher, and my mother, she's a woman. So there's an issue to solve. It is only in Nigeria that the president is older than the country. I know they feel we don't die already now. Once we do like that, we be woman being, not be grateful. That's what we do now. Hello, it already for Chicken Republic now that they say goat meat. And they talk reality and they hide them. After they talk to Inasa, OP the Opampi. Hello, if you say the war is a small place, wait, make contribution person, carry your money run. You will know that the war is not a small place. The worst exercise in this life is for you not to run out of cash. If you say nothing lasts on earth, try to use Aboki perfume. You will know that something lasts on earth. Papa, where old school fees need to attend PTA meeting. What do you want to do? What do you want to talk? Person where no interest for occasion, decoration need to find for your eye. Now you go first complain, say this marriage no go last. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter denied Jesus Christ. Why INEC denied Peter Obi? Am I making any sense? I lie not. The man was celebrating an icon, a political leader, a political agent changer is here in our midst. Can we give a round of applause for a man that is still standing strong? Mr. Peter Obi. Please, can we give him a round of applause? Yes. Let's celebrate it. Let's stand up and give him this honor for the fight that he's fighting for we to have a better Nigeria, for a possible Nigeria. Can we give him a round of applause? Let's celebrate him. Thank you, sir. We celebrate you. Thank you so much. You can have your seats. Thank you. God bless you. He's a man of simplicity, so he's sitting behind. So let it be. Hello. Second hand suit no get trouser. No be every man wey you see wear suit me say get money. Some of them are choir members. Sir, I'm talking, you're not laughing. Laugh, sir. The condition of the country, they affect all of us. Now, sir, I go Guaripa, I go the yab one man. As you they laugh like this, I don't know say the man a general. At the yabam, they laugh. In boys, where they for back, they laugh. General can't look me, do me hand like this, you will go far. I don't know what he meant until after the program. As I go outside, in boys, they follow me. They say, are you the comedian inside? I say, yes. He said, we are the comedian outside. I say, what is the issue? He say, Oga no pay you. I say, Oga pay me. Now you the yabam. Say, see that he lost. Enter. I say, where will they go? So you know when the general tell you, you will go far. Things are very expensive. Pampers now is 35,000 naira. Men will be impotent, not know what God do for them. Picky when I don't know how in future go be. Now I will buy Pampers for 35,000. Will he end up becoming DJ? DJ na joke at the joke. No take am serious. Mama, if you want laugh, no they pretend to say no laugh. Help me clap for all the women that are making impact in Nigeria. Help me celebrate them. Mama Sweet, Nigeria is a great country. Whatever you want to say, I cannot go to any place. Yeah, God don't say a word to me. Say, oh, if you travel, go abroad, now you go know say an old building there. But Nigeria is the best place. This is the only country you make money. Nobody asks you, how do you make your money? You can wake up, you can sleep as a poor man, wake up the following morning as a big man. Hello? Things are good in Nigeria. Sir, there's even between contact and phone number. The love is massive. The love is massive. Enter problem first. You will know that the love is not massive. There are two things that is difficult to get in Abuja. True love and original charger. I know, sir. No be every man where you see get big belly, me say no enjoyment. Some na run, some na family just got a course. Some na night food. And no be every man where you see say get big chest, me say carry weight lift. Now people will carry for mind. Sir, anyhow where they take package power bike reach, na still Okada. Hello? Anyhow where they package Tundra, na still pick up. Now we have women leaders in this great party. Sir, are you aware that in Edo State, APC women leader and a man? As I call a woman now, she came out. That is how women behave. Give a woman a sperm, she will give a child. Give a woman a house, she will turn it to a home. Give her money, she will give you comfort. Marry second wife, write your will. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. That's my time. God bless you.
I certainly loved it. And so if you loved it as much as I do, if you love it as much as I do, please put your hands together one more time for him. Thank you so much. And now, I am so glad that I have to be the one to hold this microphone to do what I've always wanted to do. It is my honor, my pleasure, and privilege to introduce a man who does not have love in scarcity. The MC, when he was talking, he said, charger and love that in scarcity. But this is one man, if you mention one Nigerian, who has love in abundance, unpretended love, true love, in the hearts of every Nigerian. I thought by now you should be putting your hands together. As I call on none other than Opute, Sir, Mr. Peter Obi. Please, let's give him a rousing welcome. Everybody, let's give His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. Welcome him to the podium. I'm sure you didn't know that he was right there. He's a humble man. Let's celebrate grace. Let's celebrate grace. All right, thank you very much. All right, DJ, thank you. I know that even the musical equipment is interested in Peter Obi's matter. You know, before I call on my colleague, Mama P, to introduce the next item on our program, I'll just let you know that what we're about to do today is something that would make you feel good that you came. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's looked for the opportunity or looked forward to the opportunity to have a one-on-one with Peter Obi, with this humble man, the rock. Nigeria is standing on rock, but this man, his own rock is different too, as a grace that he carries. So while I make welcome Mama P, let's prepare our minds because we're in for a good time. Please put your hands together. Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. DJ, you know, when you played that song just now, I'll have to correct it on mic. It felt somehow. You know, I know even our president will not be so pleased with that sound. Obi is the president of Nigeria. Trenches. The one we know. Both Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Efik, Ibibio, name it. The poor, the Mokwa people, just name it. So when we call him, either we speak English or you find a Wazobia song, a confusing song, just put it. That is how we keep confusing our enemies. So please, a round of applause again for Mr. DJ and the incoming president of Nigeria. Yes. By his grace. I prize to say that this man over here gave me hope. I say it all the time and people think it's content. No. Just before he came on board, I was truly hopeless. In my heart, I just said, oh, whoever goes there, as long as it can't be this bad anymore, you know. And from nowhere, God sent a savior. And that's how I see him. He might not be all perfect, but to us, he's 100% perfect. To the Nigerian politicians, he's better than their best. I know that most of the politicians in Nigeria these days see him as a role model, though they will not say it, but they all look up to him. Please, a round of applause again for the man who has dared to be different. We'll be calling on stage the beautiful, nice, nightingale voice in our midst to lead us in the Nigerian anthem. You know, I will not be able to sing that song, but
I will try.
But yes, so okay. Please help us. Please, let's all stand on our feet as we pay respect to our great nation, Nigeria.
All right. Are we ready? All right. Nigeria, we hail thee, our own native land. Draw tribe and tongue, may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all are proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
A round of applause for her.
Go and learn the national anthem and stop eating your mouth. If we want to cause problem now, we'll say sing stanza 2. You will see people tying their shoelace all over. I was looking at people's mouths. It's better to go and learn it, because when you're going for a job interview, and the interview could just be sing Nigerian anthem, and they could say sing stanza 3. Wahala. All right, so we're moving on quickly, and so we have addresses before we call on our distinguished guests. We will have a brief address from some special personalities here. So we'll be calling on to the podium, respectfully, Alhaji Ibrahim Abdul Karim, the DG of the Big Tent, for a brief address. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, who happens to be the greatest role model to all of us and in shaping us to be good leaders. The powerful team that we have here, Prof, Madam, thank you for coming. I want to stand on the existing protocol. Mine is just a very quick something that I want to tell you. We have done it before, and we will do it again. When I see faces like this, I get very excited. We don't have to get all the big names and all the people that we think will help us. In 2023, we make a small mistake, we can see. Our product is the best product that we have. But we have to take this product to people that will see what we are seeing. We have to talk to them in the language that we will understand. When I go to people and I want to talk to them, I'll tell them what Peter Obi will do differently. And I gave them my word on some of the things I know he will never do. And I asked the other people, tell me the same thing, things that you think your own principal will do differently and what he will never do. Let me tell you, it's even easier to be a big tyrant when you are a governor than to be when you are a president. Because as a governor, you deal with your local government and the people that may be the same religion or the same tribe. As a president, it's mandatory upon you to get at least 37 ministers that come from different parts of the country. That one is constitutional. So if somebody will be a governor and showcase his best as a governor and refuse to be a tyrant and refuse to steal as a governor, because in my place, I came from Sokoto. Just this Salah, just this pilgrimage journey to Mecca. My governor just sit like this with the pilgrims and dash them 1,000 riyals. 1,000 riyals to 3,200 pilgrims. That's 1.3 or 1.4 billion. Unappropriated for nothing, no papers. So when I talked about Mr. Peter, there is no way he will take public money and dash to anybody. We are not talking about 1 million. This one I'm talking about 1.3 billion on just a sitting like this. That would add no value to Anambra State, for example, or Sokoto State, as we are referring to. And you take on. And I talked to you today in Sokoto, there is no water. So when I go to television, what I tell people, and what I want all of us to be doing is that we tell them what he will never do. He promised somebody that I will not steal money from Anambra. Ask the person that they are parading for you. Can you say the same thing about that person that you want to vote for? He said, I will not allow my wife to be a first lady, and I don't want my children to join me in this government because they are not the one that are voted. And he passed through a governor and he didn't do the same thing. Ask that person that you are talking about. Ask him if he has obedient movement and has 6 million votes and he been rigged on election day and his people are telling him, come out, let's burn this country. And we say no. Ask his own person, will he say no? Or he will burn the country? These are some of the things that if you look at, it's clear showing that you need somebody that directly needs the development of people. And he comes to that place for a purpose. If I ask you here, anywhere, any person that is in this hall, if you are somewhere, and they said, our new president is Mr. Peter Obi. And somebody rush into your room and tell you that Peter Obi has bought a brand new jet. Who among you will argue? What will you say? Because this is his character. People knows him. They know what he can do. If somebody comes to you and tell you that he bought a new wristwatch of $320,000, what do you say that person? When you said that the media comes to him and he hide, he says he's not going to deliver democracy day speech, will you agree? So know people by their character. So when they are asking you, this is the person that we want to put forward, on coalition or not coalition, ask them, what is their antecedent? Who is that person? When we brought Buhari, I'm part of them, shamelessly carry Buhari all around without even certificate. We don't show anything. But we tell people that this is what we believe, this is what he can do. Prof is my neighbor. We stay in the same hotel, Immaculate. He is always down. We charge, he charge. He tells us the truth, we say, no lie. We must bring Buhari. He say, bring record. We don't have record, but it's Buhari. I now realize now that that's not how it works. What it works is that you bring your evidence. Once you said, this is my candidate, know your candidate. Carry what you know. You can hold to your chest. Somebody said, there is no cabal in the villa now. That's what we need now. Mr. Peter Obi, you cannot be a psychopath around him. Anybody that works with him, from Anambra, even before he became governor, you can't be a psychopath around him. He don't need your yes, sir. What he need is guide him and do the right thing. Thank you very much. That's fine.
Kulu Kulu temper. I understand the agitation. Please, a round of applause for our last speaker. A round of applause. I get the feeling, the exact feeling, the excitement, you know, when we see Peter. I don't think he knows how much we love him. I get it, but let's take it easy. We are far behind schedule. Okay, thank you so much for that wonderful speech, sir. Yes, and you know, I picked it when you said he doesn't like sycophants around him. And I think if our leaders, the leaders in place right now, had real people around them, guiding them to do the right thing, we won't be in this much of a mess. Right about now, we'll be calling the next speaker, convener of the SNPF group, Comrade Onyekulisi FBI. I'm so sorry for pronunciation. Please, a round of applause for him as he comes on stage.
What is that? Good afternoon, everybody. Your Excellency, and distinguished guests, please permit me to deliver a message given to me by our forum. My name is Onyekulisi FBI. I am the convener chairman of South-North Progressive Forum. South-North Progressive Forum is a non-partisan socio-political organization. We are committed to a Nigeria where power oscillates between the North and the South. We have discovered that in a Nigerian state, we talk about a new Nigeria. Yes, we believe in new Nigeria. Yes, we are committed to a new Nigeria. But a new Nigeria can never be birthed or cannot be bettered where power is not equitably distributed. Under our forum, we are saying that power has to be equitably distributed. That's why we are committed to the president of Nigeria from the Southern extraction come 2027. That is our mandate. Our mission is to ensure that between the North and the South, power will be properly situated. Historically speaking, from the parliamentary democracy of 1957 to the constitutional democracy of 1999, we have come to realize that our northern brothers have been in power for 24 years, but the South, only 18 years, if you include the ceremonial tenure of Nnamdi Azikiwe. By 2027, the South will clock 20 years. Then we are asking for at least one more tenure of 4 years to the South to complete, to be a parity with our northern brothers. That is our mission. We are committed to that, and we'll achieve it by ensuring that we do aggressive mobilization, do wider consultation with the stakeholders and the early statement, and do aggressive or intensive media enlightenment to patriotic Nigerians and organizations. When we say we are not partisan, our body is constituted of various political parties. We have members, different political interests on the platform. But our message is one thing. Please, all Nigerians, all patriots, let us look the South come 2027. We are calling, using this medium to call on the coalition members, the purported coalition and all the political parties, to please zone or seat their standard bearers to the south. When this is achieved, let Nigerians now choose their leaders based on informed choices. That is the message. That is what we are looking for. The new Nigeria can only be possible where we have equality in power dynamics. A new Nigeria can only be possible where we have equity, fairness, and justice. A new Nigeria can only be possible where peace and harmony reigns in our national development. This is our message, and that is what we believe in. We call on COPDEM, while we appreciate, thankfully, the organizer and the sponsors of this particular organization or this event. We are looking forward to partner with all organizations, all patriotic Nigerians, to make this bold statement to ensure that we enjoy peace and stability in this nation. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. That's one more time the convener of the South-North Progressive Forum. And he has spoken all the grammar. No need to bite my tongue. All right, so we're going ahead now to call on the representative of a very distinguished Senator Nenadi Usman, and to come and give us the speech. Thank you so very much. Please, can we put our hands together as we welcome him to the podium?
Thank you. The leader of our great party, His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi. I'm glad to be on the same table with you today, sir. And I must thank the national chairman for affording me this opportunity. Thank you. Professor Udentu Udenta, you're welcome, sir. Mrs. Ankkio Briggs, Miss, you're welcome, ma'am. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I am not here on my own accord. I'm on a representative capacity to represent the national chairman of Labour Party, distinguished Senator Esther Nenadi Usman, who until 30 minutes ago wanted to be here. Anybody who watched when I came in here, I came in pretty late because the distinguished senator never wanted to miss this occasion, especially knowing that the leader of the party was going to be here. But something abruptly came on, and there was an urgent family emergency that came up, and she instructed that I represent her here. So the next voice you're going to hear after this is that of the national chairman of Labour Party. Thank you. Distinguished guests, respected youths of our great nation, diaspora brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today not only as the acting national chairman of the Labour Party, but as a fellow Nigerian who carries the deep weight of our shared history, our present challenges, and our collective hopes for the future. Today, as we mark Democracy Day, we honor the sacrifices of heroes and heroines who 32 years ago defied oppression and dared to dream of a Nigeria where the people would be the true sovereign. We remember Chief MKO Abiola, whose blood, like that of many others, watered the fragile seed of our democracy. But as we gather here in Abuja to engage on the future of Nigeria, let us ask with clear eyes and honest hearts, is this the democracy they died for? The bitter truth remains that our democracy often mocks its own name. We have made progress in some areas, but the hearts of democracy, free, fair, and credible elections, the rule of law, accountable governance, still suffers under the weight of manipulation, impunity, and elite capture. Institutions that should defend the people have been weakened. Elections have become rituals without meaning, disconnected from the real will of the people. As long as Nigerians cannot freely and confidently choose their leaders without interference or intimidation, the spirit of June 12 will never rest. But my message today is not one of despair. It is a call to action, especially for you, the vibrant youth of Nigeria. The theme of this summit, attracting diaspora investment, pulling Nigeria out of poverty, and transforming into a global economic power, could not have come at a more critical moment. Nigeria stands at the crossroads. One path leads to deepening poverty, rising insecurity, and global irrelevance. The other leads to a new Nigeria, prosperous, inclusive, and respected across the world. Our young people are not the leaders of tomorrow. You are the leaders of now. The energy, innovation, and resilience of Nigeria's youth are our greatest untapped assets. Across technology, agriculture, manufacturing, entertainment, and digital enterprise, Nigerian youths are already building global brands from local ideas. But they cannot do it alone. They need an enabling environment. A stable and transparent political system that protects investment and rewards. Functional infrastructure, electricity that works, roads that connect, ports that facilitate trade, and broadband that powers innovation. Security that protects lives and property, allowing enterprise to flourish. A reformed financial system that allows access to capital, especially for startups and small businesses. Our diaspora community, successful, skilled, and deeply committed to Nigeria's progress, is eager to invest, transfer knowledge, and build bridges. But they too are watching. Without political stability, without credible governance, without the rule of law, diaspora investment will remain cautious. The Labour Party believes profoundly in building this new Nigeria, where government is accountable, where leaders emerge through the clear voice of the people, where youths are empowered to create wealth, and where Nigeria rises from being a land of potential to a true global economic power. Let me say this to the youths gathered here today. The struggle for economic transformation is inseparable from the struggle for democratic consolidation. We cannot have one without the other. If we are to attract global investments, we must first invest in the integrity of our democracy. As we reflect on June 12, let us not allow its memory to be reduced to mere ceremony. Let us make it a living call to action for free and fair elections, for transparent leadership, for policies that lift our people from poverty and create shared prosperity. In closing, I urge all stakeholders here, government, private sector, diaspora, civil society, and most importantly, you, the youth, to embrace this sacred duty. Nigeria's destiny will not be written by others. It will be written by us. The new Nigeria we seek is possible. And it begins with the courage to demand and to build a democracy that works. An economy that delivers. A nation that honors the sacrifices of June 12, not in words alone, but in action. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for him, please. Thank you so much. Please, a round of applause for him again. A nation that acknowledges the labors of our hero past. You know, many persons don't know that the INEC chairman was an Igbo man that was announcing the results that favored Abiola. I'm correct, sir. I know I wasn't born then, but I read it. And he was beaten up. He was from Agwata local government, Anambra State, and he was beaten up badly by the government of the day. Anyway, That's for School of Thoughts. Right about now, we'll be welcoming an environmental human rights activist, a woman par excellence, a role model to many, Ms. Ankkio Briggs, for her short speech. Please, a round of applause for her. Okay, that's why she's an activist. She'll ask you the right questions and activate where necessary. So right about now, we'll be calling the next representative of Governor. I'm so sorry, you know, I told you earlier we'll be doing this together. His Excellency, the person representing the Governor of Bauchi State, His Excellency Senator Bala Mohammed, to come on stage. Yes, Professor, I'm so sorry, sir, to come on stage and give a short remark.
Thank you, MC. Your Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, Chairman of the party, ably represented, my sister, I salute you. The leadership and members of COPDEM, I bring you good tidings from His Excellency, the Governor of Bauchi State, and the Chairman of PDP Governors Forum, Senator Bala Mohammed. You can see there's no prepared speech because he really wanted to be here. But he's been out of the country for Hajj. And the moment he comes back, I will duly communicate to him this very important historic gathering. But I did speak with him, and he did pass on several goodwill messages, some ideas to share with you. First is that his heart and his mind and soul is fully passionate and committed to what you are doing. He appreciates your effort and believes that without the vibrant work and activities of Nigerian youth and agencies like COPDEM, democracy will not endure in this country. He believes too that you chose a correct date, a very historic moment in our history, sometime exciting history, sometime beleaguered history. June 12 for him and for the whole Nigerian people represents something very tangible in our journey of nationhood. So for choosing this particular day, this specific moment of time to do this youth summit, he feels very, very passionate about the work all of you guys are doing. He believes too that to guarantee the future of democracy in Nigeria, especially multi-party democracy, which is under severe threat and stress, as we all know, will require the labor and sacrifices, the individual and collective commitment of every one of you. Not just the participants here who are like delegates, but the entirety of Nigerian youth in their millions spread across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. His Excellency equally knows that 2027 will be a very momentous period in our democratic consolidation journey. It will witness the activities of the groups like COPDEM, who of course will be at the trenches and the vanguard to protect democracy. He believes if you do not protect democracy, you cannot protect the Nigerian state, you cannot protect our economy, you cannot guarantee peace and security, you cannot guarantee eradication of poverty, you can't even guarantee the investment from outside, that is foreign investment coming to Nigeria. Neither can we get out of the situation we find ourselves. So democracy is not just a name and word for him, it's a living symbol of who we are as a people. That millions have suffered from 1914, since the birth of Nigeria, through the colonial struggle to independence, and then through the 80s and 90s, when the military held sway. And groups like COPDEM, then NADECO, and so on and so forth, did their bit. In this historic moment, he believes it is now the turn of COPDEM to ensure the strengthening, the deepening, and consolidation of liberal democracy in Nigeria that in 2027 we may have a return to true democratic principles and practice. Finally, and this is a message he wants to resonate, in moments like this, and in a country facing severe headwinds, from economy to politics to security to high-handedness of those in authority, he believes that it is not time to agonize. It is time to organize. Do not agonize, but organize. If you have that as a watchword, you will, at the end of the day, ensure that democracy will thrive and the kind of government and the people who will power it will endure in Nigeria, not just in 2027, but going forward. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Professor. And thank you so much, sir. We believe it's not time to agonize, it's time to organize. And part of what we're doing here today is a prelude to this organization. And that one more time makes me want to reintroduce the organization that is behind this event. In case you're just joining us, this event has been put together by the Coalition for the Protection of Democracy, also known as COPDEM. Put your hands together. And so just before we move into the fire session, I'm sure you are also angling to hear from our big brother, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. The people would like to just hear you. If it's just to go to the next thing is supposed to be the fire session, sir. Do you want us to just go into the fire session? All right, so he's still going to be the one handling the fire session. Before I call on the stage hands to help us move this podium, let's do a quick introduction of what the fire session is about. If you're seated here, you have, like we said, you have a privilege to present your concern, but that's going to be within the topic of discussion. So, and we are here with our panelists. We have, of course, representing the highly esteemed governor of Bauchi State. We have Professor Odenta, and we also have Ms. Ankkio Briggs. And then, of course, we have representing distinguished Senator Nenadi Usman. We have our brother, Mr. Ken. Yes, so, and then, of course, we have His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi. So, right about now, the topic for our session is Voices of a New Nigeria. So we're going to be fielding questions from the youths and the students and anyone in the audience, and we're going to ask that you please be orderly. We also have people watching online, and in case you're watching online and you want to participate, you're free to send in your question, and it will get to us eventually. So we will start, once we open the floor, we'll start with a brief address by His Excellency to kickstart the fire session. Like I said, it's Voices for a New Nigeria. What is it again? So add your voice. Thank you very much. May I please call on the people to please help us move the podium at this point. Thank you very much. All right, so please, let's put our hands together for His Excellency.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Bauchi State, being represented by my own dear brother, my dear sister, thank you for honoring this invitation. And our chairman, let me stand on other existing protocols. First is to most sincerely thank the organizers, COPDEM, for this. You know, it's not too often that we want to gather for conferences in Nigeria. Gathering people for conferences is very difficult. So when I came in here and see this number of people, I was grateful. On a public holiday, when people should be looking for where they are doing ceremony, that people are going to eat, to be talking about conference is tough. So I thank you who are participating and everything. And I thank the organizers. I listen to what the governor has to say. It is time to organize. Time to organize. and organization is very important. Because if you're not organized, you will continue to go through problems like we are going in Nigeria today. So it is important. The interactive section will help us to listen to you, to learn. Whenever I go to place and they say that I should lecture, I tell them the job of those of us who want to serve is not to lecture but to listen. A leader must be a listener. He must be a learner, because it is the people that you are listening to. So for me, it is important that we listen to you. It's important that you ask those difficult questions and everything. And in your organization, as we go towards the next election, there is need for proper scrutinization and verification of those we are trying to vote for. That is where our problem is. When people come and talk to us, when people come and share us money, when people come and do the wrong thing, none of us is asking, who is this person? What is this person going to offer? What is his background? Like I've said before, we voted tribe, we voted religion, none let's vote competence, so we can start solving our problem. None let's vote capacity, so we can start solving problem. I have done today a broadcast, so I don't want to repeat it again here. I'm sure some of you have listened to my broadcast or have seen it in social media. Nigeria today as a country is not democratic. Let nobody deceive you. Democracy has a simple definition. Government of the people, by the people and for the people. None of these components is in Nigeria today. Democracy has a simple environment that works. It works within the rule, regulations, which shows that people to be voted for have some qualification. But here, people who are supposed to be disqualified, who are not competent to be, are the people in office. You can go on and on to show that it's not democratic. What still now, we now have government of lies and propaganda. So people tell you, for example, you now have uninterrupted electricity or increase in power supply. The only increase in power supply is increase in tariff. That's all. The more you pay, the more darkness you get. That's where we are now. And nobody's caring. And our president promised us, if I don't give you constant electricity in 4 years, don't vote for me. But when he comes down and gives you money, you forget the promise. That is our problem. Second 2 years gone, there's no increase in electricity. And that goes on. Today we say we have youth unemployment. The youth are employed. Our unemployment have gone down from 40% to 4%. Yet the street is filled by youths who are unemployed. And people are not worried. We should all be worried. Nigerians now live in refugee camp. They call it internally displaced persons. English is refugee camp. In a country that is not at war, so it becomes imperative that government has asked us to organize. We've seen decisions like what happened in Rivers State, where we have a situation where an duly elected person was removed without the rules or regulation. And it doesn't worry us. these are things we must now decide to organize ourselves. All of you here the number of people here can change everything if they decide to work. And that is why I believe this. They said that for protection of democracy, maybe they will change to trying to bring the democracy, because there's none to defend now. So COPDEM, you have to add organization to bring democracy so we can know what we are defending, because there's nothing to defend. So thank you as we go into the interactive section. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, His Excellency. Thank you so much. Please, a round of applause again. It might look vague now, but I put it to His Excellency that 2027, we will come out and defend democracy. We will do it again and again. 2027, you said? 2027, Oga will know what it takes. Oga will know what it looks like. Let me use pidgin. 2027, don't say that they defend democracy. Yes. While you are jotting down your questions, because the next section is an interactive section, please note that you are free not to like any of the contestants, any of the participants, any of the panelists. You are free not to like His Excellency here. This is the right time to ask a question. That question that's been bothering your mind is Voices of Nigeria. That's the section. This is the most important section. We deliberately had them here, so they will not tell us, please, I'm coming back. 1 minute. So jot down your questions as we call on Mrs. Ankkio Briggs to just say something to us about Nigeria and democracy at large. Please, a round of applause for her. She's an environmental and human activist. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. And the organizers, thank you very much for inviting me. We've been discussing this invitation while I was away, and I promised that I would be here. Your Excellency, my brother, Peter Obi, this is not the first time we've met. We've met, I think, since you've been governor of Anambra till even when Nnamdi Kanu was first in problem. So we know ourselves very well, and we tend to meet under this type of circumstances where truth is told to ourselves and to power, and where it concerns the youth as well. We that are seated here, except maybe for my son on the right-hand side, I qualify to call him my son. If he finds my age, he will know that I qualify. Anytime I hear anything about youth, I try my best. I go out of my way. I take on my own expenses and I attend. I do that because I was once a youth, and this was not the type of youthship, if you like, that I experienced. My children are youths. Some are nearing their 50s. So when I look at the faces that are here, and I look back to the Nigeria that I talk from, I'm really, really concerned for the faces that I'm looking at. But the reason is that I think you have been cheated. You have been cheated out of the future that they claim is yours. Whether it is today or whether it is tomorrow, you've been cheated out of that power to be a youth. But also, being someone who is known for speaking truth to power and to youth, I will also say to you that you've been very much part of that cheating to yourselves, because you have cooperated with the people that have cheated you. if you have not cooperated, and that's where that message, it's time for action right now. This is your time for action. When I look at you now, I have hope for Africa. And I say that I rarely used to speak about Africa as a continent, because coming from Nigeria, where even at state level, we cannot deliver what we call democracy and what some people claim that they fought for. How do you then begin to even speak for Nigeria, and not to talk of Africa as a continent? But when I first came across this son of mine called Ibrahim Traore, I realized that it is never too late to make this change for yourselves in Nigeria that you're talking about. But you must know that it is not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy because of the size of our country. It is not going to be easy because of the way our country was put together. I was shocked to hear the first young man who kept us going standing on this podium and talking about what Awolowo had said, that Nigeria is just a mere geographical region, which it is. And I was also more horrified to hear him say that Nigeria was not born at the time that he wrote that book in 1947. Nigeria was born in 1914 by a man called Lugard. And he's not a Nigerian. He's from my mother's side. But he gave birth to Nigeria. Nigerians, as we are today, did not give birth to Nigeria. And I will continue to believe that. The idea that there are Nigerians who sat down and decided to create a country called Nigeria is far from the truth. Nigeria was created for us. Now, having been created for us, and if we choose to then take it on as a country, that will be our choice. Then it will be on our own terms and how we want that country that we have accepted to be for us. I know the first national anthem, but I don't sing it, not because I don't know all the verses, because we studied it before we were made to sing it in 1960 when I was in primary school. And one verse is what made me to stop singing it the second time round. And that was the verse that the verse that I actually loved about the whole national anthem, which is that though tongue and tribe may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Now, waking up at my age at this time, to sing that verse is lying to myself. And I refuse to sing it. Because yes, though tongue and tribe differ, we are different people from different tribes, from different areas of this country called Nigeria. And in brotherhood, we are not standing. And so I can't sing that particular part. And so I keep quiet anytime that the first Nigerian national anthem is sung. I don't sing it. I just stand up because I can't lie to myself. Now, in rounding up now about the youth and the fact that today you are here, I don't know how true it is, but I'm hearing that the president of Nigeria has not made a statement or has cancelled his plan to make a statement. But it is also his right, as I also believe it is his right, to undo the damage he has done to me and my people in Rivers State today that is a day that is called Democracy Day. So the day is not ended yet. I'm still believing that it is possible he will make a statement to Nigerians and even to himself, because we know him for someone who was a member of NADECO, and we know the role that NADECO played at the time that Abiola won the election. And so on a day like this, not to hear from someone like him, who was part of NADECO, who fought for the things that NADECO was against, for him not to make a statement on this day and explain to the people of Nigeria why what he fought for as far back as 1983 or so has now failed. I think it's sad. It's the only word that I can use for it. So maybe he will speak. But I think I will make more contributions when the mic comes around to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you so very much, Big Auntie. Thank you so very much. It's hard not to feel bad when you hear the truth actually being repeated to you. It doesn't matter how many times we hear this. It's true. And so it just bites you hard because you know that it's this truth that is just repeated. All right, so I'm not as excited as I was because I was hoping nobody would remind me of what I was trying to forget about this country. But so I stand reminded. And that is even a good prelude for the next session. Because right now, we've been promised a new Nigeria. And if you're seated here, you're hoping and praying to God about that new Nigeria. So I want us to bear in mind what fire does. So this is fire session. And fire is dangerous to something and also pleasant to other things. There are not many leaders in Nigeria that will sit down on an open panel like this and say, bring it on. So if I were you, especially the youth who are seated, we've been promised that we are the leaders of tomorrow. Tomorrow does not end in Nigeria. Tomorrow, when he was there, when Mama was there, it's been tomorrow till today. There's still tomorrow, but we are saying, this is the generation that is saying, no, we are the today of Nigeria. So this fire session is for you to make up your mind. It is not about anything, it's about we already know the promises. We want to know the hows and the when. We know the why. Don't we want why? We know why because we want a new Nigeria. So I'm going to open the session. I would ask that you kindly indicate. If you raise up your hand, and then we get a mic to you to make it brief, ask your question, and please kindly direct your question to any of the panelists. I know everybody wants to direct it to Mr. Peter Obi, but anyways, he's equal to the task. Before I open the floor, one more time, I said something. There are not many leaders in Nigeria who can sit down in an open session like this. Somebody just turned down the national address, like Mama just said. But here is a man who is confident in his own skin, and he says, bring it on. In a fire session, anybody can ask you any question. But you know what? The same fire that burns up an article purifies gold. So I just want you to know that we have gold right here in our panel, and so bring the fire on. So if you know your question is articulated, you're ready, can I ask you to please, before I even finish asking, Nigerian youths are vexing. All right, so I'm going to have to ask you, my brother, where is that brother? I'm going to give numbers. And once we are done giving the numbers, we don't want more hands up after that. So I'll start from the front row. Yes, Abix, take your number 1. Number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, Your Excellency. Number 9, number 10, number 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, Mama, 16, 17, 18 at the back. Okay, so we just have 19. Okay, can we have one more to just make it a round figure? 20. Okay, the person at the back, wearing a cap, 20. So now when we call your number, I hope you took note. So number 1, please make it brief and direct your question to who you want to answer the question. Yes.
Number 1. Yeah, no problem. Your Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, the governor of Bauchi State, permit me to stand on the existing protocol. My name is Ambassador Piegbe Emmanuel Webari. I am the African rep for the Trump Train Africa Initiative and the convener of the Youth Wing for the National Grand Coalition. My question is very, very practical, sir. It's directly to Peter Obi. Your Excellency, I am already seeing you as the next president of this country. And I want to take you back home to Ogoni land. And I want to ask you a few critical questions, sir. Number one, sir, the oil we produce in this country and we export it outside, why is it that our own product, we cannot place a price tag on it? Why is it that it is OPEC that should give us the price of oil that we produce? That's what will you do differently if you are seated as the president of this country? That's one, sir. Secondly,
okay, let's keep it to one question. So that otherwise, we will have 40 questions from one person. Your Excellency, I'd like to know, sir, if you want to answer individually, or do you want us to everybody ask? Okay. Please make your question one.
Thank you. Thank you for your protection, Your Excellency. Sorry, I'm the younger brother of Kensari Wiwa, and I'm very, very passionate about where I come from, sir. We have started the process of Ogoni cleanup, and there's a process that resumption of oil will go on in Ogoni land. So if you are seated as a president tomorrow, what will you do differently to uplift the lives of the Ogoni people, sir? Thank you.
Your Excellency, would you like to answer immediately? Well, there's a mic beside you, Your Excellency. Yeah.
I thought this Ogoniman, I thought this one would have gone to my sister, who is the expert. But let me tell you, and I say this and I want everybody to take note of it. Nigeria as a country have been very unfair to the people of Niger Delta. Very, very unfair. I've been to all over so many places in the world that produce soil. The Niger Delta have been able to feed and support Nigeria for years without anything showing for their own assets. It should have been a place of reference. It is the same oil that you see in Texas that makes it the third biggest economy in terms of states in America, and the facilities around there are first class. There's no reason why, I've said it repeatedly, today we are talking on all construction of every road when we have been building East-West Road for almost 20 years. That is nonsense. It's totally unacceptable. And oil today is a diminishing asset. And you are talking about cleanup of Ogoni land and everything so they can have their land back, have their life back. It is a priority for Nigeria. It is a priority for Nigeria. And I can tell you, where do you start? You can't even drive today from Calabar to Uyo. You can't go from Uyo to Port Harcourt. You can't drive from Benin to Warri. It's all a mess. It is very unfair. So there's a lot, and I assure you, not just for Ogoni, but the entire Niger Delta, we must do something very quickly. We must make sure that the cleanup and everything, they are protected, they are supported, and everything. You can say today, they are benefiting more in health, they are benefiting more in education, anything for what they've done. Let me assure you, in trying to turn around Nigeria, you must take particular interest in the contribution of every sector. And I believe that every part of Nigeria have a potential to contribute and be protected. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for that answer. Auntie?
I know you're talking about pricing. I don't want to do so many comments about pricing. We are members of OPEC. We can associate ourselves in it. We can subject ourselves to that pricing model. What is more important is the one we sold, what did we use the money to do? Because even the money we didn't see for the one that was sold. What did we use it? If we have been investing, using the same price, selling and saving it, investing it properly, we'll still make the same impact and remain close. Other countries, whether it's Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, they are members of OPEC. When you go there, you see what they use the proceeds to do.
All right, thank you. Auntie, do you want to add something since you are the champion of the environmental and human rights activism?
Thank you very much. When we hear about Ogoni cleanup, I take permission from my brother because he's from Ogoni, ethnic nationality, but we suffer the same fate, oil pollution. When we hear about Ogoni cleanup, please let us not allow ourselves to be deceived. The idea where Ogoni cleanup emerged was by the United Nations report that they came and conducted using Ogoni as an entry point, because the whole of the Niger Delta is what is devastated, not just Ogoni. So when the federal government make it sound that they are doing Ogoni cleanup, it then seems or means that once it's accepted that Ogoni is cleaned up, then it means there is no issue in the Niger Delta. That's very far from the truth. That's one. Two, if you say you're cleaning up Ogoni, and the UNEP report that is almost 20 years old now had said at the time of the issuing of the report that it will take a minimum of 30 years to clean up Ogoni to the point where it was before it was wickedly destroyed, because the oil companies and the federal government were very much aware of what the despoliation of the environment was going to do to us. Our health, our livelihood, all of those things is destroyed. So the cleanup issue, I won't allow the cleanup issue to go the way of, oh, we gave you NDDC, oh, we gave you amnesty, oh, we gave you Ministry of Niger Delta. If you give me Ministry of Niger Delta, let it come down to Niger Delta. Don't keep it in Abuja and make it a thing that is Nigerialized, if you like, where it is something that everybody is part of. The majority of the benefits of NDDC, of the cleanup, and everything about Niger Delta does not stay in Niger Delta. It goes outside of Niger Delta. Thank you.
Wow. We should put our hands together for that. So let's move quickly to the number 2. Please, number 3, stay handy so that we don't waste time going around the hall. If I may please ask you, when it's your turn, you come a little bit closer to the stand. Number 2, please. And number 3, follow suit, please. Just be around. Thank you. Yes, so number 2, number 3, just stay close by. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My one and only, should I say, President Peter Obi, truly I'm honored to see you today. The joy had to make me step out this afternoon to make these statements. Please, my question this afternoon is, I want to know the party you belong to, because as it is, I personally voted for you. I worked so hard towards the Labour Party, and as it is today, there is a new party up that I moved into, and that new party, I was a kind of sharing the flyer, telling them how kind you are, that you are coming out for the next presidential election, that people should vote for you. But the masses out there, like the Okada riders, yes, the Okada riders want her to challenge me. He asked me, what do you really want? This man you're trying to connect to us now, is he really ready to rule Nigeria? Is he really not following, is he not the same person following the Aero-5 we all know about?
Okay, so
you know.
Question directly.
My question now is, which party are you running under?
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, sir. Okay, all right, so he will answer that one altogether. Next question.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Your Excellency. I want to ask in concise, which country do you think Nigeria can model to become a similar global superpower, like economic? Which country do you feel Nigeria can model to become a global economic power, and why do you think they fit into such position? Yes, that's it.
All right, thank you so much. The next person, please let the number 5 prepare. Number 4.
I am number 4. Good afternoon, Your Excellency, Mr. President. I am Umar Farouk. I am just a young Nigerian who is optimistic that I'll wake up one day to see I am living all my younger ones will live in the Nigeria I dream of. Your Excellency, I am honored to be here, and there are so many things from your speech that pinched me hard. And those things are, currently in Nigeria, in the world, we are in an era where a desert can be turned into an oasis. Tesla is competing with BYD, but Nigeria, we are still living relatively in an archaic time. My question is, Your Excellency, I'll go to it. What will you do differently, sir, with regards to true national reconciliation? What I mean by true national reconciliation is being our brothers' keepers. As our mother mentioned here, that we are not standing in brotherhood. I think I can say a lot, but this should be my question.
All right, take a deep breath. Okay, please, let's make our question direct. His Excellency is trying to write so that he can answer at the same time to save us time. So let's go straight to the point. Ask the question, please.
Your Excellency, sir, good afternoon. Let me just stand on the existing protocol. My name is Lady Cecilia Ajabison. Sir, I just want to ask that, what are we going to do differently? Because I know 2023 elections, Nigerians came out to work, we voted, we protected our votes. Some of us to the local government collation center, some of us, but we were not allowed to enter inside because we were not given party tag to enter inside and see what they are filling in, or the stamp they are using, or the result sheet they are cutting. So what will you do differently moving into 2027 to put in structures that will monitor these elections, not only from the polling units to the collation centers, both the unit collation centers, the ward collation centers, local government, state, and the national? Because our results were truncated In the process of moving the result to the various collation centers, my question is, what will His Excellency do differently to protect this, our result? Thank you.
All right, so we want to reaffirm, please, if you don't keep it straight to the question, we'll turn off your mic. Please make it simple. He is not a machine, he's a human being. So, sir, straight, in fact, I'm going to be holding the microphone. All right.
Your Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, my name is Moses Sigiri, and my question is, you know, this is a new coalition movement, and in this coalition, we were told a new Nigeria, and a new Nigeria, how do we going to secure our vote in terms of after, we know too well that last year, yes, secure our vote.
Okay, thank you. Your Excellency, this is pretty much like the last question. So, would you like to answer so far, sir? Yes, sir. Your microphone, sir. Your microphone is next to you, sir. Thank you.
Well, you know, I want you to know that we are 4 members in this panel. Somebody asked, which party do I belong to? And I answer you where I am today. I still remain very faithful member of Labour Party. But let me tell you, 2027 election, and I say categorically, will not be run on parties. It will be run on persons. We are not going to be blinded in voting anybody because you belong to one popular party or you share money. I've always said people, inform people, 2027 election will be Nigerians versus those in government. They've gotten away, we the politicians, they have gotten away with murder. It is time for you, that's why I said scrutinize the person. Scrutinize the person. Don't listen to his English. Don't listen to his certificate. Don't listen to a qualification. Educational qualification is not a measure of integrity. People are stealing our money. We don't want to separate those. We want to know those who have created wealth. They can manage wealth. So if they say it's Professor Denta, let's ask his background. He's no longer professor because we've seen professors here steal. We've seen professors do wrong things. So now, remove title, remove everything. Let's know who the person is. It is very important. Model of a country, very good question. If I have an opportunity, where is the young man who asked that question? I tell you, there's a book I would recommend for you, Growing Apart. It is a book by famous Professor Lewis comparing Nigeria and Indonesia. I spent 1 week of this year in Indonesia. Indonesia is the country with the highest number of Muslims in one country. Indonesia. And they have a similar population like ours. They are about 280 million, and we are about 230 million. So you could see the similarity. This year, I traveled to Indonesia, and I traveled with 2 northerners, purposely. After 1 week of staying there, meeting from Minister of Education, Minister of Planning, Minister of Small Businesses, Minister of Health, Vice President, and the most famous president of the country, Joe Widodo, asked them one question. Did you see any Almajiri here? We didn't see one. We didn't see one person begging for money or handout. So what is the difference between us and them? In everything. is a Muslim, 90% Muslim country. If you Google it, to even tell you that they don't bother about religion, the Pope visited there last October, and they granted public holidays throughout his visit. And the president was there to receive him. And he's not a Muslim. The president, when I met the church, he said it's one of his happiest moments that the Pope visited them. But what do they do? If you go into that country, you can go and check it. In 1990, they were about low, medium, in what you measure development, HDI, Human Development Index. We were about the same thing. Their per capita, which is what you measure wealth with, was 558, or call it 560, and we were 556. So you could see where we started the journey. Today, they are high in Human Development Index. We are still low. We are the same par. Today, their per capita is 5,000 plus. Ours is $835. So we are not 1/5 of what we are. That's why they wrote that book, Growing Apart. What did they do? They invested in critical area of development. They invested in education. They invested in health. They invested in pulling people out of poverty. So if you go to the industry, one of the best insurance scheme in the world, where over 95% is covered by insurance. The rich, if you're sick, you are cured. The small, if you're sick, you're cured. Nigeria have less than 5% insurance coverage. If anything happens to you now here, they drop you in the next hospital, the doctor will say, pay before service. If you don't pay, you just leave you there to die. So that's why I went there to study. You must model yourself after something. We, the politicians, have taken this country for granted. And the earlier you do what I said before, anybody who comes to say, vote for me, scrutinize where he's coming from.
A round of applause, please.
What will you do differently for peace? There's a lot to do differently. If you decide to serve a state and govern with justice, with fairness, with rule of law, doing the right thing, making sure that what I said before, the Niger Delta people, that we look at what is happening to them, like my sister said, if we are talking about their cleanup, let's be sincere. Do it, the contract to do it should go to the people there. If we are talking about Niger Delta, the headquarters should not even be in Abuja. The contract should not be shared among senators. It should be in that zone. Everything they are doing and those being awarded contracts should come from that zone. So we can hold them responsible. One of the things that I did as governor, when we couldn't find people to teach in rural areas, when we are talking about local contractors, to say, you are from this local government, I'm going to give you this road in your town to construct, so that people in your town will be seeing it. When they ask me, hey, this road was not working, I said, now your brother consultant. We gave him contract and we paid him. When they were looking for teachers, we made sure that we go employ teachers from that community. Because of it, teachers started saying, because before we go and bring teachers from another place, put him in another town, they will say, oh, they don't have teachers. So we said, who wants to teach in this school? We want to see in different states, especially where there's issues. Go there, let them see you, so they know they have a president. So we'll go there and see where the problem is. What will you do differently to defend the election? Let me be honest with you. It's you that will have to ask that. When you vote, don't go. Insist they count it there. Insist they count it there. So that all of you will be there, you have phone, you have everything, and make sure it's counted. If they refuse to count it, count to the person. Simple. This is time to say our vote must count. Vote must count. Take note of it. Use your phone, use everything and see. Count this phone, this ballot. Record it. Nobody says you cannot follow it to local government. You can follow it to anywhere. Anybody who says you can't follow it is not true. Mobilize yourself, those who follow it. It is your vote. You have right to follow it. And there's nobody who can stop you. So what I'll do different, because I will just be in my village. I'm not going to be in Rivers State. I'm not going to be in Boronu. I'm only going to be in one place. And that's what is happening. Is a new Nigeria possible? Yes. It is possible if all of us vote in somebody and start on questioning why we voted him in and what he stands to do. I have sat here as a governor, and I can tell you, as Anambra State people, my campaign to be governor is based only one thing was in my poster. Is Anambra State cost, or are we the cost? That if I come in here, education will change, health will change, this will change. And when I came in, I had issues with people. I had issues with even a president that was there then. I'll come to Abuja here. He will tell me, nobody in your state is happy with you. I will politely and respectfully remind him, Mr. President, go and check my manifesto. I never promised happiness. What I promised is to fix school. What I promised is to do this. This one was not promised. You heard people, somebody say, yeah, I didn't have office of first lady. Yes. My wife was never voted for. It's not part of it. So it was confusion that we were looking for money to solve what I promised them, which is the education. And you created an office that does not have any meaning, and called the office of first lady, even have advisors and everything. To advise her on what? She wasn't elected. It's my wife. We're close. So it should be at home looking after me while I do the work. Because that's my work. I'm the one that is elected, not elected. Everybody knew. I closed down. We are the only people who didn't have a lodge in Abuja as a governor. I came here. My predecessor bought it for 1 billion. I shut it down. Because Governor of Anambra does not live in Abuja. I said everybody should move to Anambra. We need all the pennies there. So there was no extra and everything. So for me, it is, let people go and show you where they passed. Let them show what they did there. I invite anybody. I live in Onitsha, where I was governor. And I move around like any other person in that place. Because when you're governor, people can fear you. When you finish, go and live there. So they will tell you the true position of things. That is where I live. And I stay there steady. So they let people go. Let's go and verify from where people pass through and ask questions. That is how we are going to create a new Nigeria. By insisting that somebody said we are going to get electricity. If we don't have electricity, don't vote for me. So if you don't have electricity, why are you still campaigning to be president again? When what you have promised, you have not delivered. So it is better for you to resign and go home because you have failed from your promise.
Your Excellency, thank you. Thank you so very much. Meanwhile, when he was speaking about, he never, to check his manifesto, he never promised happiness. That year in my state, we had a commissioner for happiness. Oh my God. And that was just a pipe, a conduit to siphon the state resources. So, again, I hope you're taking notes because some of the things he's saying, I'm taking notes on my head. Education is not a measure of what? Integrity. So students, you're here. It's not. Educational qualification. Yes, Professor, you'd like to add something.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir.
We need
thank you.
Now, on the issue of what to do differently 2027 to protect the mandate, you've heard from His Excellency the power of your conviction and the strength of your devotion. But there's something else, that sense of organization. is important to be organized. You see, the lady who asked the question, she made a point. She didn't have a tag as an agent. So enthusiasm can take you far. It will not take you far enough. Because you may be there, but if you don't get, as an agent registered, in that case you can demand for the paper. It can photocopy, it can snap it there, it can transmit it to maybe a center in Abuja, got the results. There'll be a center in Abuja this time around. There'll be a situation room. It will be well manned by experts. So every single voting present, there'll be 2 agents there. You know that in substantial part of the country, now I'm not speaking for the governor, I'm speaking as Udenta now. Substantial part of the country, there were no agents for the Labour Party. The people voted. Some stayed there overnight, some were even tear gassed. Some even were chased away. So, but this time, if you have that infrastructure, different from what the Senate will say, structure will not win election, which is true. But that infrastructure that every voting precinct, they will have an accredited agent who is going to believe in the mission and purpose of that campaign and have the equipment to do it. So at the end of the day, you have a paper to flash. If there's no precinct where there is no paper given to you, there is no reason why election will be announced in that particular precinct. Right. So that's why they just to add that little point that is important to have that.
Thank you so much, Professor. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, so now let's go to the next, number 7 question.
Thank you, Prof. Extremely important.
Thank you, sir. Please make it brief.
All protocol duly observed. My name is Udama Christopher from the South. Let me first thank COPDEM for putting up this summit. I'm in love with the caption, Voice for New Nigeria, because that is a symbol of democracy. Today we are observing Nigeria democracy. My question is, considering the successes and good news from our neighboring African countries who are practicing alternative system of government, do Nigeria democracy worth sustaining? That's my question.
Is Nigeria's democracy worth sustaining? Okay, so shall we take the next question, please? Come forward, please. The next person, also, this is number 8, yes? Number 9 and number 10. Then His Excellency, come forward, please. Thank you. Straight to the point.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Anda, an obedient from Kogi State. My question is directed to Senator Nenadi, Usman, the representative. So I don't know how much the party is pushing for electoral reforms, because it seems like it's just Randy Peter and the rest of us on Twitter that are doing most of things. I also want our president to lend a voice to this question. Thank you very much.
Okay, so his question is directed to you, sir.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Even though I'm on a representative capacity here, I will answer this question as Ken Asogwa and not as Senator Nenadi Usman. I've delivered her speech here, and every other thing that I say here is on my own capacity here. That said, I know that as a lawyer, and I have a wonderful experience in legislative making, I am aware that the role of electoral reform lies squarely with the National Assembly. And I've seen a couple of civil society organizations clamoring for this. And, most often whenever you go past through the gate of National Assembly, you see people clamoring for electoral reform. So I urge the youth seated here that we should join that clamor. It's not late. There is still an ongoing constitutional amendment. There is still there are still pockets of reforms going on. People are still introducing memos of National Assembly to reform our electoral process. So I urge you guys to key into that agitation that is done by this present 10th Assembly before the 2027 election. Thank you so much.
I don't know if Your Excellency would like to...
Well, I think it's splendid that we're all going to follow up, even with the amendments, to make sure that some of the lapses that affected 2023 are changed. But again, following what Professor Udente said, even if that amendment does not happen, I assure you that this time we will make sure that all the booths are manned properly. And to ensure that it's manned properly, we're also calling you, the youths and everybody, to know that part of why the booths were not properly manned was because we didn't have candidates all over. We now want to have candidates contesting House of Assembly in Boronu, contesting House of Rep, contesting Senate. We want candidates all over the place. It is in doing this that we'll be able to have people who are manning all the booths. So it is not just enough to say, oh well, these are the people. Some of the people who are still there now, who have refused to leave, started contesting when they were your age. And if you don't come in, they won't retire. But if they come in now, by the time you run around all over the place and they can't move around, they say, let's leave these people and go away. So it's time to also get involved.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
On successes, somebody asked about the different things that happen in other neighboring African countries. Let me tell you, we have passed through that stage. It was still the same thing. We have had military rule. So we won't say if we have military or we destroy the democracy or listen, that it will be better. What we now need is to have people who have conscience, people who have this country at heart, people who care to be involved in what we are doing. It is critical, it is important. We have a situation now where our leaders, as far as I'm concerned, there's something different in their system. Because when somebody is acquiring what he doesn't need, it's sickness. And most of our leaders are doing that. Thank you.
In order to move faster, please, I'd like to ask number 8, 9, 10, 11. Please make your way forward. 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay? We've done 8. So number 9, 10, and 11, 12. Please make your way forward and you can just sit close by. Number 9. You're number 9. Number 9. Okay, we can take number 9. Okay, please, number 10, come, because yeah, okay. Please make it very brief.
Okay. Thank you very much, the organizers. Good afternoon, His Excellency. I'm my able representative of my governor, Governor Bala Mohammed. So actually, since the structural adjustment program that was done in 1980s, like we learned that the economy of this country has continued to diminish or to deteriorate. So in this situation of deteriorating economy of Nigeria, what do you think you can do to stabilize the foreign exchange and upgrade the value of Naira if you become the president of Nigeria?
Thank you for keeping it straight. The next person, number 10 or 11? 10.
Yeah. Standing on the decision protocol. My name is Adamu Yusufgori, a student from Federal University of Kashari, Gombe State, the national president of COPDEM Student Network. Yes, sir. My question goes this way. Looking at how Nigerian economy highly depends on the crude oil exports, and with rapid increase, export.
Okay.
Yeah. So looking at the rapid increase in global warming, which is making most of the countries like France 2030 planning to stop using non-renewable energy by shifting into renewable energy. So what are your plans to transform the Nigerian economy into what global economic power if by God's grace you come in as a Nigerian president by 2027?
Next. Your Excellency, can we take a few more questions?
Yes.
Before? All right, so I'm handing over to my co-anchor. Please, this is from 10, you're taking from 11.
Okay, please, I've taken over, so we have to be as fast as, trench as possible. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Sorry, sir. Okay.
I am Kehinde Ayinde Atonda from the University of Abuja. My question for you, for anybody on the floor, sir, is, in a nation such as this, Nigeria, where the masses largely participate in the process that channels in a new government, which is mostly filled with aberrant deviants, rather than exercising their right to vote beyond just voting, but to constantly realize and power the initiatives of candidates whose interests align with prospects that promote the national interest of the country. From your political perspective, SARS and MA, how can we achieve that? Thank you.
What exactly? Can you please, that question, even me, yes.
Okay, to simplify it, sir, our democracy is experiencing a lot of participation every year, but people are much participating in voting in governance, but not people that are ready to prepare to serve our interests. So how can we achieve this? Thank you.
Okay, next. I think we got that. Okay.
My name is Mma Okwabi from Lagos, a troublesome obedient. So my question is, Your Excellency, sir, please, what model do you have to model the leaders around you and the ones under you? Because right now, I think wearing the clothing of a new Nigeria, the right character, is a matter of urgency. Thank you.
Next.
My name is Ambassador Godwin Ekbo. I'm the Acting Secretary, CTC, AMAC, and also an obedient convener. Your Excellency, sir, I want to talk on education, and particularly political education for emphasis, especially as we are youth here. I want to ask directly, how much do you think is too much to invest in making Nigerians to believe that being part of the process is more important than the result? Because as I speak to you, let me complete it. As I speak to you, I've been part of elections since 2019. Even right now, aspiring for councillorship in Nyanya under the Labour Party. Now, one thing that happened 2023 is that we had many persons rushed in without understanding that political systems has processes that everybody need to be aware of and follow. So I want you to emphasize and also tell us, because we are your followers, how much will be too much to invest.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Well, let me start with him. Is that, quite frankly, in terms of political education, it is something the country needs to do more work on. And we individuals should learn. I can take it on with this, the questions. The question somebody asked about issue of being active in voting. The political education we need is what I've always emphasized. First, we need to know what is our rights in terms of voting. Why should we vote for somebody? That was I said, it is now time to verify and investigate. It's no longer when you get up and say, we are going to vote Mr. Peter Obi. Some group of 5 people have come here and say, oh, Peter Obi is good. Let them tell you more about Peter Obi. Take your time to ask more questions about Peter Obi. When you are going to convince other people to vote for him, let it not be because Peter Obi have given you money. Because the 10,000 they gave you today will not last beyond today. And they have 4 years to 5 years to damage everything. And you will be part of that damage. So you must insist now, and even the 10,000 Peter Obi is giving you is actually your money you have stolen somewhere. So it is time for you to, so that political education is very, very important, and we now have to get people to participate more. In that participation, insist on the right thing. We need to discuss now politics. Because part of what we do here is I don't see people discussing politics. I've been to schools all over the world. Whether it's from Oxford to Cambridge to everything. During the elections, you see students discussing politics, not in terms of who will give them money, but in who have an idea that will benefit them, the way they can find job, the way they can do this. They look at what people are promising, what they are going to do. Here, you see the students' union and everything getting involved in who gives them money. At the end of the day, we're all suffering for it. So that's two questions. Number 13 and number 12 are similar. I'll go back now to structural adjustment in the 80s and what we will do to stabilize the Naira. Let me tell you about structural adjustments and some of the adjustments Nigeria has taken. Those economic adjustments in itself were not bad. What is bad is the implementation of them. What you see that happens in Nigeria is that, let me use the human being in Nigeria. There's nothing wrong in borrowing. I'm a businessman. I've borrowed all my life. There's nothing wrong in it, because people don't print money. All the people you see that have made so much money, they did it so by borrowing. But it's what you use that borrowing to do. If I come to you today and say, give me 10 million, and you give me 10 million, and I invest it in a business that has proper feasibility studies, I will pay you back. But if I borrow that 10 million to do marriage ceremony, that's where the trouble is. So when you borrow, same thing for structural adjustment. Like now, there's nothing wrong in government telling people to tighten their belt. There's nothing wrong in telling them to fast, because we can no longer afford a buffet, the type of thing we eat before. But what is wrong? When the people in power are telling you to fast, they are feasting. You can't ask people to fast when you're feasting. You should lead the fasting. That is the challenge we are faced with. We know there's no money. We know there's no this thing. But every day, look at what I said just like yesterday. I visited a school. Our schools have no computer. We have no lab. Our secondary schools have no lab. The children have no chair. The children have no this. But we are spending billions for furnishing presidential mansions all over the place. We are spending billions for conference center. The conference they've been doing there since, haven't they been paying to do the conference? It is the revenue we got from the previous conferences that would have used to renovate it, not to use another 39 billion that would have bought 1,000 computers and shared the secondary school to go and renovate it for them to start with conference that they even haven't. We have spoken enough. Let's deal with it. So these are things we are saying. Just like we said about cleaning up. It shouldn't be by Ministry of Niger Delta or this in Abuja. It should be there. So it is. You ask how do we, so let me just to assure you that it is not the policy. 2, what do you do to stabilize your currency? It's a very simple thing. Export. very simple thing. Nigeria today can make more money from agriculture than they make from oil. Oil has actually a diminishing assets. Nobody's planning with oil again. We can make more money from agriculture than we make, and you see me speak about it every day. We have a country with over 60% of arable land uncultivated. I drive around everywhere in the north. This year alone I've been to Kafanchan, to Jos, to Katsina, to Jigawa, to Kanu, everywhere by road. And I see the vast uncultivated land. Niger State, that we just had a problem, have the most fertile arable land anybody can have on the surface of the earth. Niger State alone can feed Nigeria and export goods. Niger State is a population of about 7 million, 76.3 thousand square kilometers of land. They are not contributing anything. I can tell you that a tiny country like Netherlands, with, if you minus water, with water they are 41,000 square kilometers, without water they are 33,000. Google it, they have export in 2022-2023 of 122 billion euros, $136 billion. That's 3 times we earn from oil. And Niger State is 2.5 times the size of Netherlands. And they're not producing anything. Bangladesh, another third world country, developing country, produces 50 to 60 million tons of rice, unpeeled rice. Bangladesh. Bangladesh, so who says the developed country? Bangladesh is 148,600 square kilometers of land, occupied by 170-something million people. Bangladesh is the same size as our 2 biggest states. Niger State at 76.3 and Borno State at 70.8. Put together is 147 and they are 148. And Nigeria as a whole cannot produce 10% of the rice Bangladesh produces. So you could see it, I can take go on and on. Taraba State is 54.4 thousand square kilometers. They don't produce anything. And they have Mambila, a place you can cultivate tea, coffee, flour. Kenya is making over $500 million from flour. If you go to Kenya during Valentine and see the amount of flour they're exporting outside Kenya, you won't believe it. Ethiopia is making over $500 million from coffee. Sierra Leone is making over 1.something billion from tea. All of them can grow in Taraba. So we have everything. Yam today is hot cake abroad. Benue State can give us all the yam. So we have what it takes. What we don't have, we have competent leadership that have capacity to change this country. You can change it. We don't need to be talking about this thing. Oil is a diminishing asset that can add. If we are doing no proper export, we will get foreign exchange and the value of our currency will come down and stabilize. But when you have people ruling by remote control, they don't know what is happening. And when we have people who don't have the capacity, this thing has to do with time, knowledge, and age. So it's time we decide that we can no longer continue like this. And I discussed the economy. Someone said about that we depend on export. We don't depend on export. You're talking about oil export. I've now shown you how we can do it better. There's so many things we can export here. If you go to Kaduna, we have textiles all over the place. Bangladesh makes more money from clothing than we make from oil. Vietnam makes as much as we make from shoe in our oil. So there's no productivity here. When I talk about productivity, people won't understand it. What we do here is that people think there's a magic. I'm happy that the Reverend Father is here. he will tell you there's no magic in the church. They don't run it. They don't run it on Hail Mary is full of grace. There's no magic. So if you go to church, don't go there and think you get money. It's only in Nigeria that people want magic money. They say that the magic alert. Anybody who tells you that is stealing. Money comes from productivity. The purpose of money is the exchange of value. Which value did you exchange? Money was created for exchange of value. We pray to God to protect us, and God has done a wonderful work in Nigeria. The rest of the work is that God wants us to be productive. They even say he helps those who help themselves. He didn't say he gives those who sleep money. So if you're sleeping and you want money, you should be arrested. Thank you.
A round of applause for his
Thank you. My sister wants to continue.
Yes, please.
Please, can I add something? Because earlier on, I remember saying that you've been cheated. But I also said that you have made it possible for you to be cheated. Our brother has told us all we need to know so that we can vote in the right people. And this is where you come in. He can only vote for himself. I can only vote for him if I choose to vote for him. But now, the truth is that you seated here, all of you seated here, are the ones that are going to vote for the people that will represent you. He said here, what can be done in Nigeria? There is no state in this country that does not have mineral resources, whether it be soft mineral or hard mineral. That's one side. The other side is the fact that Nigeria is an agrarian country, which it was, and it was feeding itself. The British were cutting away our money from agrarian products, from cocoa to granite to all of these things, palm kernel, palm fruit, all of those things, before oil was found. So Nigeria is a very rich country. Now, you are the ones that are voting in, supposedly, your representatives at the National Assembly. What is it that stops the people you have voted for to make sure that what you have in your state is actually pushed to be utilized for you in your state? So you make those decisions. I tell my people in Niger Delta and in River State, why are you wearing the T-shirt of 2,000 naira that you put in the water and is going to wash away with somebody's face, and you're prepared to die for somebody whose child is attending the best university outside of this country and is wearing Louis Vuitton slippers? And at the end of the day, we are seeing right now, my brother, I don't know if you've noticed it, but now I'm seeing politicians today in their 50s grooming their children who are in their 20s. What are they grooming them for? To take over politics. So basically then, you're positioning yourselves to serve the people you are serving now is so bad that the way it is going, you're serving their father and you will serve them as well in the next 5 years, in the next election time, because you don't understand. This is, with all due respect, that the power of politics is in your hands, it belongs to you, and it does only what you allow it to do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Your Excellency, sir, may we crave your indulgence, sir, for a 5 to 10 minutes break? While that's going on, we can just have light refreshment and then have our brother, Ambassador Kingland, just put up in...
We need to continue.
Okay, so because it's going to be rowdy a little bit as they are sharing the meals, Do you want us to just run through it?
Yes, the person will run.
Okay, so Your Excellency does not mind. Why should you? So pop your can of juice, but drink it, but let your ears be on what we're doing. So we go on with the next question.
So a very shy student asked this question. She wrote it. Whoever you are, please listen as I ask. He said, in regards to the student's loan, what's your view on it, sir? Do you see it as benefit or trap to the Nigerian students? Do you think it's possible to make it a loan, a grant, instead of a loan? I think this person is talking about the net fund loan, and it's channeled to His Excellency.
Well, personally, I can tell you, there's nothing wrong with students' loan. And I urge all of you, if you want to go to school, there is nothing wrong with students' loan. I will not make it a grant. Okay. I will keep the loan. The only difference is that we need to create a job. So when you come out of the school, you have a job in order to be able to pay it. That is what it is. Because if I give you a loan, and that is what we are going to institute, if we are going to give you a loan, we must make sure that when you leave, you are going to have a job to pay it. I met a lot of people in the schools that I've been. I said it before, from Oxford to Cambridge to all the big schools that I've been. I met students who came to school with students' loan. The difference is that as they are leaving university, they have a job. Very good job, and they were able to pay the loan. And that way, you can be able to give it to other people who need it. When you make it a grant, people will not work hard to pass. Most people that are giving student loan have condition. You must pass. You must do well for that loan to continue. So it's actually something you can use to ensure that those who can't afford it. When I was coming in here, I met a young man who told me just now, I don't know where he is. He said, I'm a beneficiary of your program. I'm one of those you gave 1 million naira for having first class. As governor, I insist, if you have first class, I give you 1 million. And I see them all over the world now. This one will say, oh, it was 1 million you gave me that made me to do masters and PhD. It was this that. So when it was happening in my town, in the state, I've come across people who said to me, I give you an example. There's a family. There were four kids of one parent. They all made first class. And people said to me, these people, I said, well, if you want this, it's simple. We say first class. We'll give you. We're not talking about somebody who had 2-1. I didn't have first class. But I said those who have first class, I'll give them 1 million. Yeah. So there's nothing wrong in loan. You use it, but you must get a job to be able to pay back.
Yes. Thank you so much, His Excellency. Next person, please.
Thanks so much, Your Excellency, sir. I thank God the youth are now realizing the power in people is mightier than the people in power. I'm so glad for that. My name is Comrade Obedient on Taiwo. My question is very simple, sir. It's not on governance, because I have confidence on that area on you, but on how to get to that governance. We are following the coalition development. And this is what many have hope on for 2027. But now, sir, if this coalition fails, which is likely, we don't pray for it, and if it succeeds, as we hope for, but Nigerians are disadvantaged by showcasing His Excellency Peter Obi as the flag bearer that we want to, because we've demonstrated our strength in 2023 without structure, without anything. Now, if we are disadvantaged this time around, Mr. Peter Obi just support the person or taking the path took in 2023. where we even said, even though if we join CWO party, we will follow. And we did that with a 4-person treaty to get 6.1 million votes. So in conclusion, sir, if we fail to produce Mr. Peter Obi, that is disadvantaged and youth, Mr. Peter Obi just let it be and support whosoever. Maybe na they give us, we don't know. Or we go and to the part of 2023 where he give the youth hope to go for election. Because record have it that 2023 was the best time Nigeria have youth that participated in the election.
Thank you. Sir, please, before you respond, everybody say God forbid. Everybody's Holy Ghost fire. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you. Let me assure you. Let me assure you, we will work hard. We will work hard to make the coalition work. Yeah. What I have told people is that I'm in a coalition for a better Nigeria. Yeah. I'm in a coalition for new Nigeria. I'm in a coalition that will fight insecurity. I'm in a coalition that will fight hunger in Nigeria. I'm in a coalition that fights stress. As you know now, WHO has said that over 20 million Nigerians have mental illness due to stress because of what is happening all over the place. So we're imagining a country where 20 million people are mad, moving around because of stress. They don't know where the next meal will come from. So it's very, very important that we work hard to make sure we are now among the 3 most stressed countries to live in. We are now one of the hungriest countries for people to live in. We will work hard to fight this. That's the coalition we are in. And I assure you, I will continue to fight. Like I always say, I'm not desperate to be Nigerian president. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. And all of us will be in the trenches fighting until we make Nigeria work.
A round of applause for that. Please, quickly.
All right, Your Excellency, just an information to them, just to let you know that we do have food. This is just refreshment, but the food we're not allowed to serve here. So at the end of the program, as you leave, you get a food packed for you. Refreshing food. Thank you, just to let you know. Thank you.
And if any other person on the high table, sir, ma, please have something to say. Yes, please, just, yes. Please.
I know.
To ease the stress on His Excellency.
Okay, maybe I will go slightly back.
Okay.
On the political education.
Yes.
And you all heard His Excellency loud and clear.
Yes.
It's a personal, individual obligation to be mentally empowered, to be conscious of the political environment, to make the right choice.
Yes.
But beyond that,
Zakaram, please.
Beyond that,
yes,
political education is key
yes,
to political participation and making right choices.
Yes.
Yes. In 1998, when we were incepting this democracy, the Americans threw their agencies at us. You hear of IRI, International Republican Institute. It's a product of the Republican Party, even though it's an independent agency. You hear the NDI, National Democratic Institute, is a product of the Democratic Party. Yeah. So 2 parties in America have generated the strategic and intellectual content to have an agency to do what? Conscientize people, develop their mind, and ensure that they know what political participation is all about. Yeah. Actually, the PDP in 1999-2000 tried to experiment in that direction by forming what was called PDI, People Democratic Institute. The idea is a training center to nurture people who believe in party philosophy and party ideology. Now, going to 2027, he saw, if I take an example with His Excellency, he saw the movement was almost like an instantaneous movement to bet this Labour Party within days and weeks, and then short period of time to do the campaign. So at that stage in 2023, the party was an SPV. It was a special purpose vehicle, even though there was the obedient energy and ideological strength. Now, good enough, this government panicked and started transition 2 years ahead. I suspect that between the next 6 months, there will be a full political agency that will power a progressive dream. There will be enough time now to build an institution within that party that will start the process of political education so that you know what you are doing. 2, obedient movement should not just be obedient movement in its holy summit. It becomes the engine room for political mobilization and conscientizing the people across the country.
Yes.
Once we do that, things will work well.
Thank you so much. Please, a round of applause. We have a question from online. Have you gotten it? Oh, quickly, the next person.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. My question is, someone asked a question about managing individual, like there are people, in 2023 we voted, and then by what we voted, we are not supposed to lose total hope, even if you are not there, because we knew that we pushed some people there. And then those people should be able to say something, but we are not hearing anything. Now, even as we are going to 2027, how do you, because we know that political parties differentiated from other organizations, from other societies by their organization. How do you manage organization in party, inside party, and then you said that people, it will be based on persons. So, political party cohesion, how do you manage the cohesion now? And
okay, very simple. When I said it will be based on persons, is that there will be different parties. In 2023, we went into Labour to contest the election. Assuming that 2027, we cannot contest through Labour because government have, like they are doing now, trying to make sure that there's no peace in Labour. We're not going to stay there and allow them to stop us. So we move on. And if we move on, people should be able to understand the journey. We believe, like Prof said, the parties should be able. I lived in the UK for several years. In my constituency, I was surprised. That's how, when I learned it for the first time, that they went to brought somebody who was not living in that constituency to come and contest the election there because the party wanted to win that place and be able to maintain there. If you go and read about Margaret Thatcher, you find out that there's a time he didn't contest in his own constituency. Just like you see in America, the Clintons were governor in Arkansas, but the wife contested Senate from New York. So we are now going to get to a stage where we must not stay in one place if we are good. And I know what you're asking about questions of people you voted who are not talking. That is one of the things we want to change. Now you see somebody voted as Labour, tomorrow you say, I'm joining this bill. Yeah. We must change. By the time we change the electoral law, the constitution, where we have proportional representative, so during the election, if you win the election through Labour, you must stay in Labour 4 years. Yeah. And you must do and follow the rules in Labour. So it's not something that you go there and say, you are not changed. You are going to, all this political prostitution must stop. So if you want to do it during the election and test your capacity. But once you're elected, you stay there.
Thank you, Your Excellency. With your permission, sir, some people are feeling left out, and they say they are streaming online and following, and they have a few questions.
Yes.
So with your permission, we can just take 2 questions from the online platform.
No problem.
Thank you very much, sir. The first one here is from Adamu Yusuf Gwari, and he is in Federal University of Kashere, Gombe State. And he's saying, you have repeatedly, Your Excellency, said you are still in Labour Party. Considering the fact that Labour Party is no longer welcoming people like us, And judging from what happened in the 2023 election, where even we who dared to defend your votes were fought off by even agents of the Labour Party, we have lost interest in Labour Party. My question, therefore, is, would you, sir, support any candidate that is aspiring, who is an obedient from another political party? That's this question. I'll take one more, sir, just so you can... All right, the second person is Yahaya Moshood Olamilekon. He's from Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto, and his own is on security. He says, what strategies will you implement to address the root causes of insecurity in Nigeria, especially where it comes from, in northern Nigeria?
Well, let me tell you, let me start with him. The problem of insecurity in northern Nigeria have so many dimensions. Number one dimension is poverty. The more you put people out of poverty, the more you reduce criminality. And I can tell you, because I know, I used to be involved in business, in finance, and I know what happens today. In my days in finance, if you're looking for cash, you go to Kano. Because we have industries. In Bompai, Shradan 1, Shradan 2. You go to Medugri. The dry fish business is traveling in Medugri. You can go to everywhere. Today, the biggest place we have problem in Medugri is Sambisa Forest area. That is a farmland. Sambisa Forest area is about 60,000 square kilometers. That's 3 times the size of Israel. Israel is 22,000 square kilometers times 3 is 66. So if you go there, you turn it into a farmland and get people to be productive. 2, I do not believe that non-state actors can be stronger than the state. There's something missing. We have this population of people. If it's war, we declare war. And we know we are at war. We will fight insecurity to a standstill. That I can tell you. We are not saying we are going to. There's insecurity all over the world. But the level of which it is today, I said to you, it is not acceptable. And I will not accept it. For whatever it is, are you saying it is better to construct coastal road than fight insecurity in Nigeria? No. If you have a road and the road is insecure, will you pass through there? No. But if you don't have a road, the road is not very good and the insecurity, you can manage. So we deal with priorities. We prioritize what is necessary. Yes. And the other person asks about sponsoring obedience in different parties. We will be in one party. Yes. And I assure you, we will move like a team. If they don't want us somewhere, we will go where they want us. Yes.
Please, a round of applause for His Excellency. You know, most of these questions, we have it in our hearts. We are not able to ask him, but we are happy you are asking him, and we are learning from it. Please, next. Straight to the point.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Justice Okene. Number 15.
Yeah, Adam is number 20.
Once we know, this is 15. Once we know you are 16. Once we know we've exhausted all possible questions, we'll move on. Yes. We'll move on. Yes, because I think His Excellency has touched major parts of our borders.
All right. I said my name is Justice Ekene from Enugu State UNEC chapter, and by grace I'm the Vice President of COPDEM Student Network, Enugu State. All right, my question is directed to His Excellency, sir, and any other person can also add to it. We already know that technology is becoming the order of the day, and there are many youths out there that may have the skill or may not have the skill, but they have scarce resources in order to develop themselves. So if you go into power, which we believe you will do, what are the effective ways, as the case may be, you can use to empower the youth out there that have the skills, but they might not have the resources in tech, regarding tech?
Is he going to take business or going to read or going to do what?
Tech as a skill.
As a skill?
Yeah.
Okay, next person, quickly, please.
All right. Good afternoon. All protocols observed. Good afternoon, Mr. Isaac. My question is on what will you have us do, sir, if what happened in 2023, peradventure happen again, when the ruling party now wants to repeat what their master told them, snatch the ballot box and run with it. If they do it in 2027, sir, what will you have us, the many of us that are your children, your followers are not as gentle as you are, but we followed your way in 2023. In 2027, what will you have us do? Because we may not be able to be gentle as you are again, sir. Thank you.
No problem.
For those of you that follow me on social media, I think
but this time around, we will not allow them to snatch it and run with it.
Yes. Okay, please, him. Yes.
We will make sure they will snatch it and run. And he asked about IT skill. Let me tell you, when you talk about skill, the nation needs it. The nation needs you. Education is not an expense. It's an investment. The more a nation is, the more developed it is. So we will invest in you. Today, India is virtually the world leader in technology. I can tell that most schools that were in India, the biggest number one school in India is Bombay Institute of Technology. It was actually set up about the same time by the British as Yaba College of Technology that folded. IMT in Enugu was about set up at technology. So there's so many things we've missed because we traveled the wrong road. Investing in you is a win-win for the country. The world in 2030 will be shortage of over 30 million IT workers. The same thing for nurses and this. That's why you can see me going to nursing schools, going to this. Imagine, today Nigeria gets, we're even now earning at par for remittances what we earn from oil. But look at it, Philippines, half of our population, earns about 3-4 times what we earn from remittances. Egypt, half of our population, earns towards what we earn. I keep telling people, I have 18.3 million out of school children. Imagine if you educate them and export them to the world. Our remittances will be 3 times. We won't be talking about the exchange rate. Exchange rate is not only by selling goods. You can also export people who work and bring back money. That's what everybody is doing. And it's critical. So we will invest in IT skill learning, and we will make sure people go through that for free. It's an investment.
Thank you, sir. Quickly, next question.
Your Excellency, my name is Mr. Ankkio Christian Oche, otherwise known as Due Process. I'm the youth leader of COPDEM, and I'm happy to have you here. This is the first time I'll be standing and speaking before you. Very quick one, sir. What is happening in the Labour Party is troubling to every well-meaning Nigerians, particularly the INEC said they are taking their time to study the outcome of the Supreme Court judgment. And I don't know for how long this will take.
My dear, don't waste your time. What is happening in Labour is what is happening in PDP, is what is happening everywhere. It is, let me tell you, you must know we have a bad politics where those who are in it give us the confusion. What we need to do to dismantle this crime scene called Nigeria today is to follow them bumper by bumper. If they don't want Labour, they don't want PDP, they must want us somewhere.
Yes.
Because once you get it right, people will tell you, oh, that our problem is not leadership. Our problem is leadership. I'm just giving you an example of what happened in Indonesia. I'm happy that 2 people I went to here. They saw the president, where he lives as local government chairman, the same as he lives as governor, that's where he lives as president. It's a bungalow. They saw the amount of money declared when he went into office. They saw what he declared after being president for 10 years. And when I said to him, I thought you would have declared it, he said, where am I going to get the money? Here, he would have taken one village and rebuilt it only for himself and his children and this. So they tell you, oh, nobody can fight corruption. It's not true. If you're not stealing, your wife is not stealing, your children are not stealing, you're losing by 50%. So we'll follow them.
Okay, thank you, Your Excellency, sir. I appreciate. On a final note, should the youths who you can recommend or find worthy of your campaign aspire under any political party that give them the...
No, we will go there together. Okay. I've told you, but remember what my sister said. The greatest tragedy of this country is the youth. Okay. Because they allow themselves to be used by those who are abusing the society. Most of us now who are abusing this are in our 60s and 70s, mostly in the 80s, who are not going to be there in the next few years. All this money that is being borrowed by now and invested wrongly will be paid by you.
Sir, we are so sorry. The team is complaining bitterly that you've been answering for the past 2 hours, but this is the last 2 questions.
That's good. Let's just do it, and then we'll stop.
The last 2 questions. I don't see Ogago agree. Please come forward quickly.
My name is Samuel Cyril Okolegbe, one of the aspirants of Edo Central Senatorial District. My question is simple. We've all noticed the last election, the beavers are our problem. Now, what are you going to do about our beavers and the transmission of results?
Next question.
I keep saying, don't look at beavers, don't look at this. If all of you insist that that result will be counted there, or you count the person, they will count it.
Yes, very correct.
Okay. Permit me to stand.
Okay, last question. This is the last and final question for this panel.
Okay.
And then we'll have every other guest say something before we round up.
Okay, standing on existing protocol, my name is Rita Abi. I'm a student of University of Abuja. In the struggle of class and power, where you go out with good certificate, job hunting, and the ultimatum is now based on a 26-year-old with 10 years experience, not over good qualification. Now, what is your advice to students who are schooling and are being forced to believe that school is now scam, and they are being discouraged that your schooling has no essence after?
My sister, school is not scam. Education is a critical thing. What we need to do is that if we stop corruption, we will unleash entrepreneurship among you, the youths. We need an entrepreneurial society where people can go to the bank and borrow money. I got my loan in the UK by going to the bank and showing my certificate. I started something. The youth here can start. The greatest in any country, the greatest employer of labor is small enterprises started by youths. That's what we want to unleash. That's why we want to kill corruption. If you kill corruption, you unleash entrepreneurship, you unleash professionalism and everything. As we have come to the end, we thank everybody. especially the panelists, because we can't stop without thanking these wonderful people here. What my sister said today is very unique. The youth, it is time for you to reverse your course and make sure whoever you are voting, please, whatever is telling you, go and scrutinize and verify the background of the person. Let us, for once, save our country. The society they are abusing will take its revenge on you. Do not allow them to continue that abuse. I'm sure Prof and my sister will all give you closing remarks.
It's been a wonderful time to spend with you guys, and I think we've learned a lot from you, and I'm sure you picked a lot of ideas from this table here. You've heard His Excellency very well. He's been able to marshal his ideas and points in every single issue through which we have lent our own voice. Together, this is a journey of cooperation and association, determination and purpose. At the end of the day, I'm sure, as you said, a new Nigeria is there. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. My closing remark will still be standing with the youth, because for Nigeria to change, don't think that it's the people we have in the Senate, it's the people we have in the House of Representatives. The change that is possible is going to come from what you are determined to do moving forward. If you don't have the determination to change what is happening in Nigeria, the few people that are there are definitely not going to change this Nigeria, because they want Nigeria to be exactly as it is today, so that their children will come and take over. At my age now, I am not intending to do anything less than what I am doing today, because I have children as youth, and therefore I want a better future, a better tomorrow for them. So if I do, then automatically, whether I know it or not, I also want it for you, because that's how Nigeria, a better Nigeria, is going to be born. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very, very much, Your Excellency. We are grateful. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I want to urge you to have a renewed interest in 2027. You see, there is something that the party in power, they are selling, and that thing is fear. An honorable member of the House of Reps elected under the platform of Labour Party in Enugu State, when he was leaving, he told me that he was defecting to APC just for the singular reason that their votes will not count in 2027. So that when they are writing, they will write for him as well. You see, that is the fear-mongering that the party in power is selling to poach people out, and it's a lie. That is why His Excellency here has consistently said that you must ensure that the votes are counted. That is cowardice. Don't allow yourself to be infected by that virus. The votes will count in 2027, and it is only you who can ensure that those votes count. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellency, with your indulgence one more time, thank you so much for staying with us so patiently. It's one of the reasons we love you, because we know you love the people. And so in return, we have no choice. But now I would like to ask the National Chairman of COPDEM to express our gratitude to you officially, and perhaps, ask of you himself. Because there's something he asked me. I said, His Excellency told me that he lives here by 3. And he's already 3. And I know how he is on integrity. So I will protect my own. You ask your own. So here's the mic, sir. Ask for yourself.
Your Excellency, Executive Governor, former of Anambra State. Okay. It is a thing of honor to be standing on the same podium with excuse me, if I don't have the words, help me out with the words. With excellence. Thank you so much. You have spent a lot of time here despite your busy schedules, and that we don't take for granted. Thank you so much to all of you for making the time. And on behalf of COPDEM, the Coalition for the Protection of Democracy, we would correct it a bit to Coalition for the Recovery before Protection of Democracy, as advised. And would like to say thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Ankkio Briggs, for flying all the way just for this program. We really appreciate it. Professor, you've been an asset to us, and thank you so much, sir. So we have COPDEM students gathered here, some of them from different universities. We started with about 5,000 of them in 37 universities across the country. But some of the leaders took their time without any engagement to reach out to other schools, reach out to their colleagues. And right now we are in 100 universities. We only brought a few of them here. We would like to crave your indulgence for 1 minute. We can count literally. If we will just recognize them and they step up here for a photo shoot. Just, if we can't do anything for them at COPDEM, let a representation of the students who have worked hard just stand with Her Excellency, have a photo shoot with the group here, and then we can call it a day. Please, a round of applause for Adams Gwari from Gombe State, who has been using his own personal funds to actually build COPDEM structures in different universities. And also Inua from Bauchi State, moving to different institutions within Bauchi. Unfortunately, Edith Kalu from Kwara was not able to make it. We are cutting the coat according to the materials available. So thank you very much. Hold on. Okay. Thank you so very much, Your Excellency. I'm honored, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. May we just please, may we please stand up as His Excellency takes his leave. Please let's honor him. Thank you. Want a shot with His Excellency. I've been praying for this shot. Who likes me? Please snap this photo. Everybody, please clear road. I have been praying. At least I'm the MC today. I've been praying. People have been oppressing me with a picture with His Excellency. It is my turn. Give me everybody, please. This picture must go viral. You people should stop distracting His Excellency. Okay. I shall not shoot. I can pity my... Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, let me just go. By the time he becomes president, nobody will remove me. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. We are grateful. Thank you. Don't push him down, oh. Our program continues. I'd like you to know that. Oh, please, can you come up, sir? Your Excellency, please come, sir. Please come. The Reverend Father. I'm one of them. Thank you, sir. Please come, sir. Your Excellency, I'd like him. Please, let's hurry up. Let's hurry up. He has somewhere to go. All right, so that is it for photo ops. Your Excellency, please, I'd like you to snap with the Reverend Father. Please. Leave the stage. All right, Your Excellency, this one is a special photo. Okay. Please. That's okay now, please. Excuse me, please. My sister, can you step out now? Step out now. Your Excellency, please, let's have this picture. Thank you. Please clear from the front. Let's take. All right. Thank you. Come. Okay, please, just to remind you that we have refreshment for you, and at the end of this program, please, we'll ask that you step outside, and then we'll have your food given to you. Okay, now can we have some decorum, please? Please do not block the way. Do not block the way, please. Please do not block the way, please. Please do not block the way. I know you want to take pictures with him, but please. Your Excellency, the officials of COPDEM officials. Oh my God, I have seen some of you. Please, COPDEM officials can go to the hotel lobby. Oh my God. All right. Okay, so may we please return to our seats? Do not go, because we are not quite done. Do not go, we are not quite done. Please. Hello, please. If you still have your meal ticket, don't go anywhere. We have food for you, okay? If you still have your meal ticket, if you have your meal ticket, just stay around, don't go. Is it not because I'm not a celebrity? DJ, please. DJ, take it down. Please, let's pass some information. So now, because I'm not a celebrity, because I'm not a celebrity, so people could leave the stage. Why is nobody rushing to take pictures with me? You see life now. You see this inside this life. Me too. I'm coming up, I'm coming up. So now, Peter Obi has gone. I am all alone. Success has family. It is failure. I'm not a failure.
Calm down. We are here now.
Come, that a family, better family. All right. So if you still have your meal tickets, just to let you know that while I'm still celebrating as a newest celebrity in town, while I'm still taking pictures, please understand that we have your meals packed, and you can grab them on your way out.
Okay, use the back camera.
The latest celebrity. Snap me. Oh, where's the paparazzi? Please. I am still shining, I'm still running. Latest celebrity. Hashtag latest celebrity.
post your pictures with me with hashtag latest celebrity. Mr. Elemba. Excuse me. The latest celebrity. Come to the middle. Come to the middle. Come to the middle. Sister, wait. Make him contact for middle. We have rights to take pictures. But I know they this photo. Now. Because you like fine women. Like fine women. All right, thank you. Please get your meal on your way out.